All right, everyone, the NBA Finals are here. It's time to get my predictions locked in, everyone. Make sure you give yours down in the comment section below. But let's hop into this. Warriors versus Celtics. Who's going to win here in the 2022 NBA Finals? It's a very, very intriguing one. Let's hop into it. Now, look, I'm going to just say it off the bat. I want Boston to win this series. I am rooting for them to get this championship here. I want to see Jayson Tatum win one. I'm not the biggest Boston fan, but I'd rather see them win the NBA championship this year than I rather would see the Warriors. But I am going to take the Warriors in 6 in the 2022 NBA Finals here. I just got to do it. I want the Celtics to win, but I think the Warriors are going to take this one in 6. Now, look, both teams like to play a little small ball, and they're both great defensively. Boston was first in the regular season in terms of defensive ranking, and Golden State was right behind them as the second best defensive team. But everyone, the Warriors have the upper hand in this fight for 2 reasons. One is huge, the second is even bigger, and I also have one more to point out that I think is very important to point out when we're looking at the outlook of this series. Number 1 is the experience. The Warriors have 6 players with finals experience on this roster, and then you look at their coach with Steve Kerr. We know he's been on this finals run with this team. We know he has been incredible. So look, Golden State has the experience. Boston does not. The Celtics do not have 1, but 0 players with finals experience on this team. And Ime Udoka, he has never even been to the finals. We obviously know this is his first year as head coach ever, and he's never even been to the finals. So look, in the experience department, the Warriors have the upper hand. But the second and biggest reason I choose Golden State is this. I trust the Warriors to do enough offensively versus a great defensive team in Boston. Now, when we look at the Celtics, I don't trust them as much as I do the Warriors to do as much as they need to offensively versus a great defensive team in Golden State. And when I say this, I really want to say this. I want to point this out. This series is going to come down to who can give that extra push offensively, because both defenses will be staggering. Both of these defenses are good. This is going to be a defensive battle. It's going to come down to whose offense can make that final push and can really get over the hump, whose offense can provide a better surge for their team. I trust Golden State to give that extra push for this very reason right here, and I want to point this out. We saw Boston have offensive dry spells versus a staggering Miami defense where Tatum and Brown were stagnant and no other offensive players for the Celtics were there to pick them up. Now for the Warriors, it was the exact opposite. There were times versus Dallas where Curry and Tomhpson needed some extra help on offense, and it was provided by Wiggins and Poole. In Game 5, Curry didn't even have an incredible game, but Tomhpson and Wiggins and Poole were there to give an offensive push. To me, the Warriors have more shot creating depth next to their duo than the Celtics do. And all in all, that allows them to have a better push than Boston offensively in a series where the winner will be the team who got more done offensively in a really, really big defensive battle. So look, even if Curry and Tomhpson don't play lights out, which I don't expect, I still trust Wiggins and Poole to step up because of their ability to create their own shot and knock those shots down, and just because of the space that can be made for them, for the simple fact that the splash bros are on their team. The Warriors with the splash bros alone are scary, but with their other shot creators, they are even scarier. And I think with their other shot creators, they will be providing an extra push offensively to really overcome the Celtics' really, really good defense. I just don't know, and I don't trust the Celtics to do that as good as I believe the Warriors can do that. For Boston, my question still remains. Can someone provide an extra push alongside Tatum and Brown to overcome the Warriors defense, or even match the Warriors offensively at that? Because I just haven't seen anyone really be consistent for them at creating their own shot and being effective at knocking them down consistently like Poole or Wiggins have been next to Curry and Tomhpson. Can maybe a guy like Marcus Smart or Grant Williams consistently hit a shot to help out Tatum and Brown? I just haven't seen them really do that throughout the playoffs. Now look, I want Boston to win this series like I said, and I think if it goes to Game 7 that they would have a real shot. But I just like Golden State's experience compared to Boston. And I also like their ability to create shots next to their star players better than Boston can. And I also want to point this out. It's the crunch time stats. The Warriors were the second best team in crunch time stats here in the playoffs. They averaged 11.3 points per game in crunch time this year in the playoffs. That was second. The Celtics, they weren't nearly as good. They averaged 5 points in crunch time this year, and that was really at the bottom of the league in the playoffs this year. So look, the Warriors not only have the upper hand in experience, guys who can get shots up next to Curry and Thompson consistently, but I also like them better in the crunch time stats department. I trust them to be better in crunch time, especially with their experience, everyone. But tell me what you think about it down in the comment section below. I think this is the Warriors series to win right here, but I do think it will be close, but I do think that the Warriors will win this one in 6, everyone, just because I like their ability to create shots next to their star players better than Boston can. But tell me what you think about it down in the comment section below. Other than that, this has been Highlihgts, aka the Ranker of the Ultimate Sports TV, signing off. Peace out, and I'll see you on the other side.